Hi everybody, this is Gammy and welcome to Fredericksburg, aka FXBG. Yeah, they want to do that next gen stuff, but welcome to Fredericksburg.
And so I head down to the street levels to get a much better and more in-depth view of this beautiful city of Fredericksburg. I'm very much coming in very blind to the city, not knowing much about it. What I do know is that the city has a population big enough that it has its own radio market. And that's because geographically it's far away from DC and far away from Richmond. Yet it's still somewhat sandwiched in between the two. So much so that there has been multiple attempts to create a TV market in Fredericksburg, but it couldn't hold a candle to the DC and Richmond markets. Now as I gaze in awe at the former station, which is now a German restaurant, one would think that it would be super easy to get to Fredericksburg via VRE. Well, no. VRE only runs on peak directions during rush hour, but at least there's Amtrak that can help you with that. And speaking of transportation, that bus van that you see on the right hand side of your screen is the Public Transit of Fredericksburg, the FXBG exclamation mark. I'll talk more about that on a very separate video, because I got quite a lot to say about it. But as we travel along this corridor right here, it looks eerily similar to Alexandria's, but in a much toned down scale. And unlike King Street, the bricky sidewalks thankfully are a lot more smoother than that of King Street. And it's a little bit more spacious than that of King Street. Now, one of the things that I have noticed when walking down here is the large amount of antique and thrift shops in this area. It is an insane amount compared to all the other Old Town corridors that I have visited. Like King Street in Alexandria is known for its really good food scene, this area, Caroline Street in Fredericksburg, is definitely known for its antique and thrift scene. Which, if I have a lot of money, I would certainly get a lot of questions from Amtrak staff as to what am I bringing on the train back to Alexandria. Well, maybe they're chill about it. Who knows? And one thing I have noticed when walking here, not much of this area of Fredericksburg has been modernized with modern looking buildings. I saw very few of that. It isn't like Falls Church where like the entire area is completely being gentrified. But with here, it's a lot more subtle. Now, on a somewhat similar topic of modernization, there's also the preservation of classical buildings or old houses. And one thing that I have definitely noticed is that there's barely any signs of urban decay, which is really cool. And it's very heartwarming to see a lot of these buildings in a very good and very healthy shape as well. Even walking down Lafayette Street, there's still like this sense of, yes, we do look a little oldish, but we're still standing very strong. And as I continued to walk down, I kept wondering to myself, certainly there wouldn't be anything that would be too ridiculously throaty, right? 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 Yeah. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. But that'll be for a separate video.
I find it funny how when I came to Fredericksburg and went to the Old Town district, it was sunny. Then when I went to the more ex-urban car-pilled Central Park area, it was cloudy. And now that I'm here in a more classical and lovely Old Town district now, mostly heading northbound to nearby Old Mill Park, it's sunny again. Funny how things work out.
This is Old Mill Park. This is the only known bit of Fredericksburg that I know. As a kid, I remember the few times that we've been in this area. It's a very beautiful place to be at. There's such a large field for multiple sports to be played around here. Definitely a great area to be grilling around. The sceneries are absolutely beautiful. And it's definitely a great area to swim in, unlike that of the Potomac River and the Anacostia River in DC. The waters are absolutely clear, and it's also even a pretty good spot to fish at as well, for humans and big burbs. I remember as a kid, we would always see an eagle try to make a dive to get a fish, and we would see if it would be successful or not. It's one of those types of moments that brings me into a much more peaceful time. Here's a couple more views of the Rappahannock River closer to the Old Town District, and it's absolutely scenic even for a beautiful fall. This area, I believe, is kind of their boardwalk district, for lack of a better term. It's still very scenic and very lovely to look at. And walking down this pier, you get a good view of Route 3, and on the other side, the view of the RF&P Railroad. Which, speaking of that, this place is definitely good for some bumming, right? Fredericksburg elevator review. You have to push it very hard. Already points off.
A few moments later.
Alright, Fredericksburg elevator review. You do have to push these very hard for some reason. Not bad. Smells decent. Yeah. Moves steadily, but it's still understandable, reasonable. So, not a bad elevator. Well, I just find it's very wild that there's greenery growing on the tracks. This is an elevated station. Oh yeah, I totally forgot to do a station review. I still got plenty of time, but let's go ahead and do it right now. So, not level boarding, but fine. It is ADA accessible. There are some elevators on two opposite sides. Also, there are ramps, 2 tracks. Again, you have to go underneath, which there is actually nobody manning this station because there isn't really It isn't really a proper like Amtrak station because this has been taken over by a German restaurant. But you do have your VRE ticket booths. Another one right here, even though there's one for some reason. German music whenever it shows up. And a crazy ton of vibes. Alrighty, that is my video of the beautiful parts of Fredericksburg, the Old Town Corridor. Absolutely enjoy it. It is definitely a fantastic place to just walk around and enjoy the scenery. And expect at least 2 more videos about Fredericksburg. Though I do have certain things to say about that, yeah. But aside from that, if you have any memories about Fredericksburg, let me know in the comments below. Till then, may y'all have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.